What's up, guys? This is Tassion with Cymatics, and today I'm gonna basically just recreate the effects track that I had for just this little piece I wrote for my buddy Crystallize. So I just deleted everything. I'll Command Z it, and I'll just play it once through, and then we'll go back in and recreate it, and I'll explain why I did everything with the effects. So yeah, basically the effects are playing a huge role in this little part that I have, and there's even a little kind of riser I made out of these this chord patch right here. So basically, outside of the effects, there is one chord patch, sub drops, a little sub pattern under the chords, and a little vox pattern I made, and obviously this little "what's up with it" thing. So I'm going to take the effects off, and I will show you how it sounds. So I'm actually going to just delete all the effects, and we're going to go back and recreate it. So it just sounds really bare, really empty, not as interesting or energetic without the effects. So yeah, I mean, it's just pretty basic, pretty bare. So I always love to start with an impact. That one's cool. So then the other thing I do with an impact is I cut the transient off, and I take this little end piece and I slide it over, and I'll reverse it to get like a reverse impact. So actually, let's get one without like a little, there we go. We'll do that one because the other one had like this weird like click stuff in it that I didn't want for this little scenario. So we can, from there, I usually just like to duplicate it and put it over here so I know what's going on. And then there's some downlifters that we can get. So yeah, that one's cool. I'm not looking for anything. I'm not looking for anything super percussive. I meant super tonal. Yeah, it's like cool background shakers. It just fills the space. We could actually probably throw an EQ on here and take out some of the low end because I just want it to kind of be like a little high end thing. And if we want, we could auto pan it, just give it some movement. Kind of just moving around the stereo space. All right, so we have our impacts, and now let's go to a white noise downlifter. So that'll work just fine. Actually, that'll work better. So, all right, so we'll have one impact there, and then I also remember that I made a second impact. So I'll put that on the 13. That one will work. So yeah, I mean, if you spend too long just like sifting through samples, sometimes it just halts your creative flow. So I would just like find something that works and go for it. So yeah, I'll duplicate these every, you know, kind of every 8 bars. And ambience. So this is what really like takes it over the top. So I'm pretty sure I had playing with shells. So this is really cool to do. I have this nice effects chain for this. So I made it, I gave it the grain delay effect bubbles and a pretty wet medium hall reverb preset. And I made it super wide with the utility plugin, and I also cut off all the lows. So I have this, and I'll just duplicate it throughout. And it's just a very cool textural thing that'll add a lot of kind of character to your song. So let's get some white noise uplifters. That works for me. And I'll do Command Option F to get my fade tools, and I'll fade into them. And then I'm going to cut it out there because it's the... Alright, so we'll also cut this and turn the whole speaker off because that grain delay will keep ringing out. Alright, so just to update, we got an impact, a second impact. We have a percussive little downlifter. We have a white noise downlifter. We have a white noise uplifter. And let's get these risers going, because these risers will really take it to the next level. So let's figure out what key we're in first. So I'm going to say F. So let's go to 150 BPM F. That one's cool. Nice little high-pitched one to layer. So I don't like this second one, but I do like this first one. So even if we're not going in F, we can always transpose it. So we can go... That one's cool to layer as well. So this is like the high-end version of that. This is the low-end version. But since this is an E, we need to go in here and transpose it up one semitone for F. Now let's make another one. I want like a riser with an LFO in it. Let's try that one. And also, since that's an E, we need to transpose it up a semitone as well. So, also, what I have going on that's also giving it a nice rise effect is I have these chords here. I guess there's... So yeah, I go into the envelope editor, and I have these chords going up an octave. So this is the chord progression that I normally have. And now the chords are going. So yeah, Very, very easy to do, but layering a lot of effects can give you a really cool sort of texture and feel to your song, and a lot of people don't do enough of it. But I've made it a point in these past couple months that I've been producing to try to get more involved with my effects and just how I do them. But yeah, this is a very good starting point. But I've seen people layer like crazy amounts of effects, and it's not bad to do so. Like, there's a lot of effects that you can't replicate with like a chord progression. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a whole different element, a whole different side of the game that you should probably investigate and experiment with. But anyway, I hope you learned a little bit from this and just the basics of how to layer some effects in your song. And I hope you can kind of take some of this knowledge and implement it in your own music. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'm Tassione. This is Cymatics.